Hey guys, this is Tagene of Money Coaching Services, and today we're going to talk about how to save $1 million. So we are going to give you some strategies to do that. But before we get into the details, I'd like you to hit the subscription and hit the notification bell so that you know when we're on. We also have some information in the description that you can look at after you've watched the video. So let's get into it. So how do you really save $1 million, right? Some people think it's impossible because it sounds like such a large number. So I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to give you the tips that you can use, and I'm going to show you the calculations. So here we go. So I'm going to go to JN calculator. All right. So now we are on the JN calculator. Now, what we want to do is to, I'm just gonna move up that, out of my way. So first thing you need to do is to decide where the money is going to come from. So decide where the money is going to come from for you to start saving towards saving $1 million, right? So I have some suggestions. So one suggestion is pay down a debt. So say you have $100,000 in an account, right? And you have a debt that the principal, the balance left on the loan is $80,000. And your monthly payment towards that is probably $10,000 per month. So you could consider paying off that debt and freeing up the additional $10,000 per month, right? So that's one option. The other option is to consider when you get overtime, put in your overtime money each month to your savings. So for those of you who, based on your job, it is normal for you to get overtime every month. Take a portion of that overtime income and put it towards your savings. So now we're actually accumulating money now before we even go into the calculator. And the other one is look for expenses that you have in your budget that you can cut out or cut down, right? So those are three things. So let me just assume that you're going to open the account now because you've decided where the money is going to come from, and you go to, all right, since you're using JN calculator, we're going to assume that you went to JN Bank and you said, JN Bank, I come to open my savings account. And you open the account with 10,000 Jamaican dollars, right? $10,000. Now, remember you are allocating money that you think you're gonna save. So say for example, you did all the suggestions, you paid off the debt, you're gonna use some of your overtime, and you're also going to cut down some of your expenses. And say that figure now comes up to, you paid off the debt, you have $10,000 more. So $10,000 plus, so you're gonna save $5,000 from your overtime, so that's 15. And say you find something in your budget that you can cut for like about $3,000. You have an expense there that you don't really need it, or because of COVID you're not traveling, the transportation costs gone down because they're doing a lot of Zoom meetings and Zoom classes, so you don't go on the road so much. So you're gonna put the extra money that you're saving now from not using transportation so much. So 10,000 from you paying down a debt, probably $5,000 from overtime that you get every month, and you know, some jobs have regular overtime, like doctors and nurses and those people, yeah. And other areas as well. So I'm just giving you ideas. And then 3, now, you cut down or you reduce the expense. So say you cut down the expense by another 5,000. So we end up with 20,000 per month that we're going to put now to this, so that we see how far we can go or into creating this reality of saving $1 million with $20,000 per month. So put in 20,000. In Jamaica, the interest rate is little or nothing. That's why I have 0.01%. So we're not focused on the interest rate here. We're only focused on what you're contributing to the savings. Don't watch here say yet. This says 10 years. So we're going to reduce that from 10 years and see how long it takes. All right, this is saying we're at 4 years and we're at 970,000. All right, let me see if it can take decimal points. Yeah, it can. All right, this also means you don't necessarily need to save 20,000 per month to reach. All right, let me go back to 5 years. Let me make it stay as a rounded figure. All right, 5 years. So since this is 1.2, are really working towards 1 million, we're gonna reduce this monthly payment to say 18,000. I see if 18,000 work. 18,000 works. Let us work with 17,000. See if 17,000. 17,000 also works. So if you have 17,000 per month, you can put towards your savings, and in 5 years you'll save $1 million. All right, some of you are saying no, but I don't have all of $17,000 to save, right? Because you've either not earning enough, like you're earning less than 100,000 per month, Jamaican dollars, right? Or you have too much debt. So understand why this might be a problem. But for others who you're earning like 300, 400, 500,000, this should not be a problem, right? It just takes some discipline. I know some people do. Instead of trying to save it for 5 years, they're gonna say that's too long. So let's change the 5 years to 3 years and see how much we're going to need to save each month to reach $1 million. So we're gonna double this to, we're gonna move it from 17 to 34. Wow. So 34,000 per month with an account that has $10,000 in it already will be able to give you $1.2 million. Let me see what happens if we change this to 30,000 per month. 30,000 per month, and we're still on target, and this is you saving $1 million in 3 years. So, all right, we're gonna go again, because some of you are saying 3 years too long, can't take it so long. We're gonna go now. So each level we go, see, we move from 20 to 7, and we had 17, we had 20, and we had, now we have 30 here. We're gonna move it up now to 50. See if you have 50,000, how long it's gonna take you to reach $1 million. So we're gonna reduce this to 2 years. So this is saying if you save 50,000 per month for 2 years, you're gonna have $1.2 million, right? And here's a graph to show you how that works. All right. the thing about it now, after you've decided now how much money you need, you put it in the calculator and you realize that, okay, you reach your 1 million. Then you're going to decide now, how is the money going to come out of the account? Because some people, I'm going to stop sharing a little. Some people, they don't have the discipline yet to actually save the money on their own. So what we normally recommend is that you do like a salary deduction or a standing order that takes the money from your salary account and sends it directly to the savings account, right? And when you send it to the savings account, what will happen is that don't put any ABM cards, no debit cards on this account, because you are trying to save this $1 million, not only just as a target just to reach the $1 million, but also that you will have your emergency fund or money that is there so that if any opportunity comes up for you to improve your financial status, that you have money to do that.